She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. Book 3. Chapter: The Uterine, Cervical Orgasm. Deep visceral connection. The uterine or cervical orgasm represents one of the most profound and elusive experiences in the spectrum of female pleasure. While relatively rare, it is a biological potential rooted in the stimulation of the A-point, the anterior fornix, and the cervical vault. Unlike the clitoral orgasm, which is often felt as an external peak, the uterine orgasm is a visceral, deep tissue event. It is characterized by rhythmic contractions that originate at the fundus top of the uterus and travel downward through the vaginal canal. Many women and their partners describe a suction or vacuum effect during this climax, as the cervix reflexively dips and the vaginal walls create a pulsatile draw on the phallus. The anatomy of depth and alignment. Achieving a uterine orgasm requires a specific lock and key alignment between the partners. Because the goal is to reach the posterior fornix, the furthest point of the vaginal vault, the length and shape of the phallus play a significant role. A phallus with a slightly tapered or pointed glans often finds the cervical switch more effectively than a blunt or rounded one. Furthermore, the anatomical length of the vagina must be considered. The average vaginal canal is approximately 10 to 12 centimeters, but this increases significantly during high arousal as the uterus tense upward. To facilitate uterine contact, specific positions are employed to shorten the perceived length of the canal. The deep recline, lying on the back with knees pulled tightly toward the chest. This tilts the pelvis and allows for maximum depth. The sovereign, cowgirl, sitting atop the partner, allows the woman to control the angle and depth of penetration, searching for the specific spot where the glans meets the cervix. The sensation of the internal jolt. Identifying the uterine trigger point often feels like a sudden internal jolt or a deep, dull thrum that resonates in the lower abdomen. It is not always immediately pleasurable in the sharp sense that clitoral touch is. Rather, it is a heavy, expansive sensation. Once this point is located, consistent rhythmic stimulation can trigger an orgasm that feels like a total bodily reset. Because we are all unique, exploring different angles is essential. Ancient texts like the Kama Sutra serve as a professional reminder that sexual harmony is found through experimentation, not a one-size-fits-all approach. Training the uterine response, solo practice. To develop the ability to experience a uterine orgasm, you must first locate the A-point and the cervix on your own. This requires a longer anatomical tool, a phallus, dildo, of approximately 18 centimeters, to ensure you can reach the deep recesses of the vault. Locating the switch. Secure your tool to a flat surface or wall. Experiment with different angles of entry, standing, kneeling, or sitting. Move slowly and mindfully until you feel that specific jolt or a sensation of hitting a wall that feels deep and significant. The stimulation phase. Once the point is found, engage in rhythmic friction. Focus your mind entirely on the internal pressure. If the sensation feels intense but doesn't immediately lead to a climax, move to the bridge technique. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at Wish for Love. The electronic version of all chapters from the full book, She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain, can be found at wishforlove.org.